I kind of don't want to do a full-on game review. That's not something that I think would be on the agenda right now, especially since I can't really talk properly. I know I sound okay, but believe me, what's going on inside the area below my chin and above my collarbone, it's not feeling all too great. So I'll see if I can bang this one out as quickly as I can. Let's talk about some of the good things. Not some bad things like the fact that the Canucks just lost, but good things. Good things that we can take a look at and say, yeah, that's pretty good. I know it's A1 commentary from me, isn't it? What is up, viewer out there watching this video? Larrox back here, and this is a quick video just going over some of the things that I noticed about the Vancouver Canucks in the past few hours. Now, earlier today we talked about Michael Ferland and his potential return and how I believe that can help this team out. Well, one of the issues that I highlighted that Ferland could help us out with was the issue of answering the bell. The issue of standing up for teammates and the issue of allowing the other team to get their way in the hockey game. That was something that we didn't see on the Grizzlies on PD hit 2 days ago. But it's something that we saw today, where Zucker, the Brock Besser trade proposal getting rejected Jason Zucker guy, yeah, do you remember that? I do remember that. He hits Antoine Roussel, it's a late hit, it's a bad one, and Canucks fans are kind of pissed. I see on Twitter, yo, what was that? Are you kidding me? But have no fear, because Shotgun Jake is the guy who comes in there and has his, second or third career fight or whatever, and just absolutely goes to town on him. He punched Zucker's helmet off. He got a few more really good licks in there, and that was just a really good tilly all around. Jake Virtanen stands up for Antoine Roussel in a scenario that a lot of Canucks fans are like, hey, I like that. We don't see too much of that, but I like it. We could see a lot more of that. That's a great way to kick off this game. Obviously, the game didn't end well. It was a 4-2 loss for the Vancouver Canucks, but we saw a little bit more about that later on in the game where Zach McEwen got into a fight with Foligno, and McEwen actually loses this one really, really badly, but still. Having McEwen, the guy who comes in to replace Elias Pettersson in the lineup as the next man in, answering the bell and sticking up for himself, that's also really awesome to see. It shows that this team is not going to go down without a fight. Obviously, we could have seen that 2 days ago against the Bruins, but you can't have them all, can you? And the Vancouver Canucks didn't indeed have this one. They played a first period that wasn't all too great. Their second period wasn't great until they scored at the halfway mark of the second period, where JT Miller comes in here and pretty much just solos it himself. He gets the drop pass from Quinn Hughes, cuts into the middle, crosses the blue line, cuts to the outside, shoots it, it's off the corner of the posts and in. JT Miller has been so good, and he gets himself another goal here that absolutely cements him as one of the best Canucks on this team. Sure, people were saying, yeah, this team can't get any offense without Petey, but all they needed to get offense was just JT Miller doing JT Miller things. Now, I will say that the rest of the team wasn't great offensively in terms of converting on the chances, but when it came to setting things up, boy, oh boy, did we have chances. Towards the end, the Canucks had so many opportunities where they could have shot the puck, but they decided to pass it. But earlier on in the game, goodness gracious, the Canucks had so many open nets that they just missed the target on. Adam Gaudette early on had an open net to shoot at that was set up by the winger in front, but he missed the net. Later on, Jay Beagle had an opportunity to score, but he just missed the net. These scoring opportunities were there, and I think having those there was a big contributor to me not actually feeling super really bad and cynical and depressed and all that after this loss. Obviously, those are some heavy words over there, but when you're a Canucks fan, nothing is too much. We also got something else that I liked seeing, and that was Antoine Roussel scoring towards the end of the game, albeit on a 6-on-4 penalty, but the Canucks finally get some results on the power play. And it comes with these opportunities where the first one, hey, it's JT Miller. He comes in, he does it all himself, he shoots it and he scores it. This one, they get the puck to the net, the rebound comes out, Roussel shoots it and he scores it. This is what we need to do with our power play, guys. We need to see opportunities and pucks going towards the net. We can't just be letting Quinn Hughes do all the work because we have other guys who are capable of shooting it too. And speaking of Quinn Hughes, he became the third fastest defenseman to reach 40 points in his rookie year earlier today. He got an assist on the JT Miller goal, and he pushed himself up to third. But then a few minutes later into the night, Cale Makar gets his 40th point, and he pushes Quinn Hughes down to fourth. My goodness, that gosh darn Cale Makar. This is just another nail in the Hughes versus Makar coffin. The fact that Makar has the same amount of points in a significantly lower amount of games played. I think Cale Makar is the clear Calder winner right now, but things could change. And in fact, I would debate that Quinn Hughes will have a better NHL career than Cale Makar. I would debate that Quinn Hughes will be a better NHL player in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years than Cale Makar. But I will admit, I believe Cale Makar has got this Calder race in his own hands. It's his to lose this year. Bearing some Brock Besser-type injury, I don't see Quinn Hughes winning this same kind of trophy. And believe me, games played does depict a big amount of significance in the decision-making. Connor McDavid had a slightly better points per game than Artemi Panarin did when they were rookies in the NHL, but because McDavid missed out on like 30 games compared to Panarin won the Calder. It's a similar situation to Besser-Barzal, but that one not so much because Barzal did have the better points per game. He had more assists and more secondary assists than Besser did, but Besser played a fewer amount of games. This is a little bit different because they're both D-men, they're both playing on highly offensive teams, and they're both at the same points, but one of them has way more games played than the other. They're both dynamic, they're both part of the new wave of defensemen coming in and dominating this league offensively, but I think Cale Makar's got the Calder this year, just based off of everything we've seen so far. If he slows down, then hey, we have ourselves a contest, and we have ourselves the second straight Vancouver Canucks winner for the Calder. Believe me, I don't think Olofsson is going to win it, I don't think Kubalik is going to win it, I don't think any of these other guys are going to win it. It's going to be Hughes or Makar, but my money right now is probably 75-25 Makar. And that sucks to say as a Canucks fan, but hey, you can't have all the Calders, and if the Canucks do have another rookie here, I can't even label the last time a team has had 3 consecutive Calder nominees. Has that even happened before? It probably has, right? I don't really know. But even speaking on things like the All-Star Game, I can tell you that the Vancouver Canucks in the expansion era became the only team to send 3 consecutive rookies in 3 consecutive years to the All-Star Game. That was Besser, Petey, and Hughes. So, who knows? History could be made, but right now, Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes are each 3rd and 4th behind Brian Leetch and Nick Lidstrom for fastest to 40 points in a rookie defender's NHL career. Hey Quinn, only having Brian Leetch, Nick Lidstrom, and I guess Cale Makar ahead of you on that list, it's pretty good, right? Oh boy, just really gets my gears going thinking about how good Quinn Hughes is going to be in the future. But I think that wraps up this video here. Virtanen got into a fight, Miller got some pretty good goals, we started scoring on the power play, and Quinn Hughes is getting points. I don't know what else there is to talk about. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. What do we talk about? What do we call this? Good things that came out of the Minnesota Wild loss? Good things that we realize about the Canucks? I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with the good things kind of vibe. You can kind of tell my voice is really starting to trail off now, isn't it? This is why I stayed home. But yeah, good things that we noticed from the Vancouver Canucks loss against the Wild. I guess we're going to go with some variation of that, but there's a lot to be excited for, and in fact, I indeed still am a fan of this team. I still will be a fan of this team, probably for my entire life, so it's up to me whether or not I want to use this love that I have into the positives, talking about the good things, or the negatives, talking about the bad things. Because I guess when it came to that Boston game 2 days ago, there was literally nothing good to talk about, so that kind of just drained me. But now my voice is drained. I probably should stop talking. Hope you enjoyed this video. Search for that post 99, and bye.